Good morning, students. Last time I have given you solutions of chapter number 3, question answers of chapter number 3. I hope all of you have written these question answers into your classwork copy and completed your classwork copy. Now, after finishing the third chapter, we move on to fourth chapter, which is data types and operators. In this standard, we are dealing with language C. So these data types and operators are C language data types and operators. Okay, let us see what are data types. To understand the concept of data types, let us take a real life example. Okay, if you want to understand what are data types, we take an example of real life. What is it? Look at. Suppose you have planned a holiday trip during vacation and you have to book tickets for your family members. Suppose you are going to trip in your vacation and you have to book your ticket from railways. The first thing that you need to do this is to fill a form to make a reservation. When you book a seat in the railway, you have to fill a form, okay, and you have to fill various informations given in the form. You need to give various detail to railway department such as train number, date of journey, name, age, etc. How many persons are going traveling, name of the persons, age of the person, sex of the person, male or female, date of journey, when you want to travel, by which train you are going to travel. You have to mention all this information into that particular form. Okay, this information is given to railway department as a record that who will travel on a particular day in a specific train. Railway need this information. They wants to know who are traveling on that particular day with which train and on a particular seat berth. Every piece of data is of particular type. The information you fill is of different types, such as your name is a string of character. Your name is a string of character means your name is a group of characters. String of character means group of character. It is different type. Your age and date of journey is of numeric type. When you fill the age and date of journey, it is of numeric type. So both these are different types of data which you fill in the form. Similarly, in C language, one must inform the compiler that in a program, what type of data values will be stored in a particular variable. So, if you handle this with a programming language, C programming language have different data variables which hold the different types of values. A variable is a name given to memory location used to store data. So that particular location is actually, so that particular variable is actually a memory location which is going to use to store your data. Okay, data types are defined as data storage format that a variable can store to perform a specific operation. Data types are nothing but they are the format of different types of data. They are the storage format of storing different types of data. The size of a variable and constant are determined by data types. Data types determine what is the size of the variable and what kind of data the variable is going to store. Each data type uses a C keyword to be characterized. When you want to declare a variable with a particular data type, there are special keywords for different kinds of data. So these keywords are used to characterize a data. To utilize maximum amount of memory, C provides large number of data types. In your computer, the best way to make a program is the better utilization of memory. So for this utilization, C provides very large amount of data types to handle all sort of data. Some of the basic data types which are often used in C are given below. Some of them are given below. Let us see what are these. First one is integer, and the keyword written for integer is int. This is the keyword int. The integer data type allow a variable to store whole number. It means this data type allow only to store whole number, not the decimal part of the number. Okay, whole number means which doesn't have fraction, which doesn't have point. Okay, we can't store decimal values using int data type. If you are declaring a variable by using int keyword, so that variable will not store decimal values. Okay, if we use int data type to store decimal values, the decimal value will be truncated and we will get only the whole number. If you store a decimal value in the int data type, then the decimal portion will be truncated. It will be removed and only the whole number will be stored in the variable. It can store both the negative and the positive values. This integer is both capable of storing both negative and as well as positive value. The int keyword is used to declare the integer data type. This int keyword is used to declare integer. This is for integer. Integer means whole number. The storage size of int data type is 2 or 4 byte. The capability, the memory allocated for the variable which is declared as of int data type is either 2 bytes or 4 bytes. It varies depending upon the processor in the CPU that we use. The 2 byte or 4 byte depends on the type of processor which we are using in our computer. Okay. For example, here this is the keyword which is written in bold format. Okay, which is emphasized. Int var1. Var1 is our variable. Var1 is our variable. So to declare a variable, this is the way to declare a variable. Int var1. So here var1 is a variable which is going to store only integer values. Okay, this is the type of declaration. Here var1 is a variable of type integer. So its data type is integer. Another data type is float and the keyword is float. Look at here, float is written in all small letters, not in capital letter, and here int is also written in small letter. C is a case sensitive language. Case sensitive language means whatever written in small, it should be written in small, and whatever written in capital, it should be written in capital. So this float and this int should be written only in small letters. Okay. Variables defined under floating data type can hold real numbers such as 2.34, minus 9.382, etc. So this float data type can store the values of decimal part also. Okay. And the example is given here, 2.34 and minus 9.382. These are the examples of floating point numbers. These are called floating point numbers. The storage size of float data type is 4 bytes. They can store up to 4 byte of data. Okay, the capability to store float variable is 4 byte. The float keyword is used to declare a variable of floating type, and you can use similarly as we used previously as int, we can use float keyword to declare a variable of floating type. This is the example, float var2. Var2 is a variable which is of type float, so it is able to store floating point value, decimal value also. Okay. Here var2 is a floating type variable. It means var2 is capable of storing values of decimal part also. In C, floating values can be represented in an exponential form as well. Exponential form means 10 raised to the power 2, 10 raised to the power minus 3, this. For example, float var3. This is the variable declaration, variable 3. var3 is a variable of float type which store the value 22.442 exponent 2. So this exponent 2 means 10 raised to the power 2. Look at here, 22.44 exponent 2 means 22.442 into 10 to the power 2. Okay, so these floating variable can also store these types of values. So don't be confused when we write these types of value in such a condition. Double is another data type which is going to store large values. Double data type is similar to float type. It is similar to float type. The only difference is that storage size of double is 8 bytes. Floating variable has the precision of 6 decimal place whereas the double has the precision of 15 decimal place. So double is actually similar to float data type, but the capability of double is to store large precision floating point numbers. Large precision floating point numbers means which has decimal fractions up to 50 decimal places. 15 decimal places. Okay. Precision describes the number of accurate decimal places that a floating value carries. It means after point you can store 15 digits in double data type, while float can store only 6 decimal digits after decimal point. This is the main difference between double and float. Now another type is character. It is written as the keyword is char, char, char as you say it. Character data type either has a single character or combination of character called string. They can store single characters, means single character means A, B, C, or combinations of character means Ram, Mohan. These are combination of characters. Keywords. Keyword char used to declare a variable of character type data. We can use char to declare a variable which store character type data. The size of the char data type is 1 byte. It has the capability to store 1 byte of data. For example, char variable 4, var 4. So this is our variable which can store character values, and here is the single character. Look at here, the single character H is written in single quotes. Okay, so char variables will hold the value we initialize. When we give the value, we can write them in single quotation. It is very important. Okay, here var4 is a variable of character data type which is containing a character H. Okay, and the character is written in single quotation. Now we have studied the 4 different data types. These are the basic data types. First one is int, size is 2 byte, and the 2 bytes range from, we can store the values in integer data type is from negative 32,768 to 32,767. So the range of the integer to store the values is from minus 32,768 to 32,767. Now float has the capability to store 4 bytes. Its capability is 1.2 exponent 10 raised to the power minus 38 to 3.4 exponent 10 raised to the power 38. It is the capability to store these values, the range of the values. These are the range of the values. Char has only single byte, 1 byte. It can store minus 128. It can store minus 128 to plus 127. Okay. Double has the capability to store 8 bytes. So it has very large range. Minus 1.7 exponent 308 to plus 1.7 exponent 308. These are the various range of the different data types. So be careful while giving values. If you are giving values more than, if you give more than the value 32769, so this integer variable is not going to store the value because it is out of the range. So you have to use either float or double. Okay, not char, either float or double. So this is the limitations of different data types. Now how to declare a variable. Before we use a variable in C program, we need to declare it. If you before you use a variable, you have to mention the type of the variable, which type of value the variable is going to store. To declare a variable, we need to follow up particular syntax. Syntax means rules. Okay, the syntax of declaration of variable is, look at here. This is the declaration int age. Here age is our variable and we declare it as of integer type, and we declare another variable float percentage. Percentage is our variable, it is of float type. We declare another variable char name. Name is a variable whose type is char. So here we are declaring different variables of different types. One is integer, one is float, one is char. Okay, so this is the way to declare a variable. The above statement will declare the variable name, age, percentage and name with data types integer, float and char respectively. We can also declare more than one variable with the same data type using a single statement. If you want to declare two variables of integer types, so you can declare int age, then comma another variable. Look at here, int age comma another variable is roll underscore number. This is another variable, comma third variable class. So this class roll underscore number and age, all these three are of type integer. So we declare multiple variables by single statement. This is a single statement in which we declare multiple variables of same type, which is of integer. Okay, this statement will declare three variables named age, roll number and class with data type int. So this is the way of declaring multiple variables of same type. Now next topic is initializing a variable. Initializing means to give some values to a variable, which a variable is going to store in a memory. Here initialization is the process of assigning a value to a variable. Assigning means to give. Assigning, here we are using equal to. Assigning is using equal to operator to give a value to a variable. Look at here, int age equals to 15. So here equals to is called assignment operator. So this operator will give right hand value to the left hand variable. So here 15 is given to the variable age. Look at here again, float percentage equals to 86.5. So this on the right hand side of equal to is 86.5. This value is stored in a variable which is on the left hand side, which is percentage. So this is called initialization of the variable. Initialization means to give some values to the variable. Okay, the first statement will declare a variable name age of type int and initialize it with a value 15. Okay, and the second statement will declare a variable name percentage of type float and initialize with a value of 86.5. Initialize means to store some values in the particular variable. Now our next topic is operator. So far you have learned how to declare an initialized variable. Now we know how to declare a variable and how to initialize a variable. Okay, now it is the time to know how to make use of them. Now we have to use them. In a computer programming, you need to perform arithmetic and logical operation which can be performed using operators. So to different types of variable, we have to perform different types of operations such as arithmetic operation, addition, subtraction, logical operations. Logical operations means whether this value is correct, whether this value is incorrect. So these are the logical operations. Okay, so operators are special symbols that perform specific operations on one, two or more operand. So hence in C there is a term operator which perform some actions on these variables, and these variables are called operands. Okay, these variables are called operands, as well as the value are also called operand, and the operator performs some operation on these variables and give some meaningful results. Okay, so what is operand? Look at here. Operand are the data involved in the mathematical operations and may be stored in a variable and constant. So operands are those which are either variable or constant, which contain some data. Variable also contains some data. Constant means numeric constant means 5, 6, 7. These are all constants. Okay, so operands deal on data. Operands are also called data. They are in the form variable or either in the form constants. The valid combination of both operand and operator make an expression. When we use operand as well as an operator, the valid combination is called an expression which performs some action. Okay, which gives some results. Look at here. What here? X multiply 4. So x is an operand, 4 is an operand, and multiply here is an operator. Equal to is also called an operator. I say it is an assignment operator. Assignment operator means x multiply 4 equals to 32. Okay, so this is an expression which gives some results. Okay, in the above expression x multiply 4 equals to 32. So x and 4 and 32 are operand. These are all operands, whereas multiply and equals to are operator. Multiply and equals to are operator. So we will discuss it in detail in our next part of the class. Practice this, read the chapter carefully, and if you have any doubt regarding this topics, initializations, operators, basics, data types of C, so you can ask me anytime. Okay, for today that's all. Goodbye.